meh. So, Transformers Armada. It's my favorite Transformers television series. The movies, you know, just, it's kind of obvious what my movies are, but, you know, whatever. In this box contains one of the best deals I've ever gotten in my entire life, okay? Inside is Hotshot and his Minicon, Jolt, I think. I got the both of them for $1, and free shipping. Can you believe that? I personally still can't. It was a see it, ordered it, or no, it was more like a see it, reviewed it for like 2 seconds, and then ordered it. So we're gonna see if it actually came, or if I got scammed. Let's get into opening this. What the? Turn around. Oh my god, snacks, bro. Yes. That is good. I'm gonna tip it over. Oh my god, it actually is Jolt and Hotshot. Let's go, dude. Moving all the packing peanuts to the side, or at least trying to. We have Jolt, Jolt, the Minicon, and his user, Hotshot. The listing said he was missing something, but high key, I don't think he is at all. Now, taking his buddy Jolt out of his packaging, trying not to damage. Here is our goat. We set him on the back, but obviously, guys, I can't really review these guys like this, so let's get them into their robot modes. Okay, so roughly more than a month, like a few days more than a month after I recorded that part of the video, I completely forgot about reviewing these figures and I just messed with them for a really long time. I completely forgot about me recording the video, but that's fine because I'm back. Also, I know I haven't uploaded anything in a while, so quick pause. This part of the video was recorded before I had bought and received my medic lot of 3, which you guys can go check out by viewing my other videos on my channel. Anyways, back to the video. Anyways, these are the robot modes. Now, what you may or may not already know is that the Transformers Armada toy line, the original one, not the legacy stuff, it is famous for one crucial fact. The articulation sucked on all the toys. Basically, what happened is after Beast Wars and Beast Machines, after that toy line ended, where they had a ton of good articulation brought to the Transformers, they threw it all away. But you can see some of the stuff from the Beast era implemented in the Armada stuff, and the Unicron trilogy stuff. It's a whole mess. There is gold in the piles of crap in this toy line. I promise you guys, I promise. If you guys follow me on TikTok, you will know one of my favorite toys from the original Armada toy line has this hand. I'm not going to show the full thing because that's for a future video if I ever complete him. But if you guys go on my TikTok, which I'll probably show on screen right now, you guys can see me post this figure, which I'm not going to show, but I'll show his hand. It's a really good figure for its time and for its era. It's really good. But this video isn't about that. So let's get back to these guys. I feel like the best representation of the Beast era articulation, like how all of the Beast stuff was implemented, the best of that is shown in some of the Minicons, which is why we're going to go over Hotshot's Minicon, Jolt, I think that's his name. We're going to go over him first. So we're going to move Hotshot to the side. Sorry, sweet boy. Here is Jolt. He is quite a small dude. As you saw before I got him transformed, he is a helicopter. He is really nifty, and his articulation is actually pretty good when compared to like his companion over there. We'll talk about that later though. Right, so we'll start with his arm, right? Full rotation. It's on a ball joint, so it can tilt just a little bit, as you can see. Moving down to his legs, you will see that they're connected right now. You can split them, and you can move it up about that far, unless you move this, and you can move it a little bit more. You can move his lower leg like that far. You can do it all on the same on the other one, but then his little piece right here gets in the way. His head does nothing, unfortunately, which is actually probably good because I don't want my Minicon's head popping off. And then if you want to count it on the back, you can move his thing up and down a little bit. It likes to flop around because it's not that sturdy. Again, this is like over 20 years old, by the way, so just Just want to keep that in mind. But it does spin, and it spins very fluidly. So now I'm going to transform him so we can see a full in-depth review of his vehicle mode. It's pretty easy. I can do a step-by-step of this because, you know, it's from 2003. It's like really simple to understand. So what I usually start with is I move this up back here to where it's like that, then flip his legs in, then move all of this back up, and then move his arms back like that. And there you go. There's this helicopter mode. Of course, it is not size accurate. It's more like one of those really expensive toy RC cars, or not RC cars, the RC planes that people like. It's not accurate to an actual helicopter size when you look at Hotshot's actual vehicle mode, which we'll see in just a second. But that's besides the point. It's a small helicopter that, if you notice on the bottom, has a little plug-in back here, which is now how we're gonna bring in Hotshot. When you flip him around, you will see he has a little plug back here, which you can stick Jolt using this or this onto there. I'm gonna use the bottom one because it's easiest for me. And when you do that, that flips up. And then when you move this up, it flips out. And if I had the little dart that goes in here, when it flips, when it does the little flip thing like this, it usually shoots something out. That's why it does the upward movement like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And like I said, it does work with the other hole. Well, I'll show y'all that real quick. But the problem with using the other hole is that when you do it, it kind of blocks that right there. So you kind of have to just move them out of the way. And then you can still move it up, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, you can also plug him in right here and stuff. If it'll let me show you guys. You can plug him in right there, and then he sticks. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Another thing you'll notice about his bottom side, right? These two holes right here. They look the exact same as the two holes right here and here on Hotshot. And also these holes right here on Hotshot. That is because the accessory that Hotshot came with when you'd buy him from the store is supposed to plug in there and also on a part in his vehicle mode. I'll show you guys that when I get into his vehicle mode. Well, the problem is I didn't get that in this lot, which is completely fine. This was $1.07 on eBay. But what the accessory was also able to do is it was able to plug into Jolt underneath. So it would be like a minigun underneath, like this. This is what it's supposed to kind of look like, except it was smaller, I think. Anyways, this is the best representation I can give. This is from the Age of the Primes 4-pack, containing Bumper, Horrible, Nemesis, Animated, yeah, that's a word. Animated Nemesis Prime, and, and Ultra Magnus. Okay, yeah, sorry. Anyways, that's what this came from, if y'all are interested in that. I got that on a sick deal. Well, also, I got it for Christmas, but whatever, that's beside the point. Anyways, just a cool little thing I thought I'd point out, so I'm gonna set Jolt to the side so we can get into Hotshot. You will notice that Hotshot is yellow like Bumblebee, but he's not Bumblebee. Hotshot is his own character. He's not Hot Rod. He's not Bumblebee. He's not Sunstreaker. He is Hotshot, and I love him. He is one of my favorite characters from the show, even if he can be a little bratty kid sometimes. Anyways, his toy does not do him justice. This toy, while it is a good Transformer, I do like the gimmick here. It gives up one of the the most crucial base articulations that we as a community have taken granted for, which for some reason his minicon got but he didn't, which is arm rotation. His minicon has it but he doesn't. Look at this. You can't move it. All you can move is up and down. That's all he does. But then also his arm, his lower arm can move, his forearm can move, but his articulation is literally just G1 Optimus toy. That's what this is. Anyways, aside from his gun gimmick, his visor can flip down, make him look like an astronaut or something. And that's like the only other gimmick, apart from one. I'll show you guys that in like a minute or so. But first, let's get into all of his articulation. As I showed you, his arms can move up and down like that. And then his forearm can rotate out and then in that much. That's, Then his leg, which is a huge upgrade from his arm, by the way, can do like almost a full 360. You kind of have to fiddle with it a little bit. Up, basically, that's basically the max. He can go up, then bend, and then a little bit of an inward bend. I don't like that, but And then that's about it, unless you want to count his floppy little feet, but I don't. And that's it on the articulation. It's pretty bare minimum. Also, he kind of has like this like slutty hourglass figure. I mean, I'd hit. I mean, what? Now first transformation. What I like to do is I like to flip his arms that away first. And then I like to flip in his legs, rotate them around, clip them together. You'll notice how easily his feet clip in and how they snap. That's for the gimmick that I need to show y'all in just a second. Move his arms in. You kind of need to rotate them a little bit to get over the door part. Rotate them inward. Try to snap it together. Flip these down. Make sure they're connected like this, the good way. Just clip that all in and then fold in the doors. And then you are done. It's a pretty good vehicle mode. I'm gonna be honest. It looks awesome. This looks like something I drive on a 9 to 5, apart from maybe the spoiler. I don't know if I'd rock the spoiler. Anyways, as you know, these old vehicle modes, they actually look pretty good underneath. There's no robot kibble hanging under, you know, Baver stuff. You know, that's the Studio Series in me talking. Anyways, now I'll talk about that gimmick that I promised y'all. So, I talked about his feet clicking in oh so easily. I'll give y'all another representation real quick. That's because there's a little system in here that clips his legs in and also lets his feet pop out. But guess what you need to do that? You need the gun. I don't have the gun, like I've said. But what you can use is small things smaller than like 4 millimeter. There's a button in here that you need to press down to open. This is where his gun part would go in his vehicle mode, which is what is missing, it pisses me off. Anyways, or you can just do what I'd sometimes do and just pull them out. It won't break it to my knowledge, but I wouldn't do it over and over again just to spare your hotshot the brutality. Like I mentioned earlier, hotshot and Jolt can combine, like in the show, but I showed that in his robot mode and in his vehicle mode. What he did in the show was he connected like this through the back one, and then he flopped down, and then he flew over a hill, if I'm remembering it correctly. Whatever, it's fine. And that is all hotshot has to offer. And the same with Jolt, that is all they have together. So, time to review these figures on my scales. We'll start with their vehicle modes. Absolutely beautiful. I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. Almost perfect, or like pretty much there. Robot modes. Lord have mercy. They look pretty accurate to the show, I would say. But they still have that like toy aesthetic. I'd have to give it an 8 out of 10. It's still good, but it has that toy to it that just kind of spoils it for me. Articulation, we're going to do it separately this time. Articulation for him, really good for being such a small toy. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. For hotshot, it's just not. It's not there. 7 out of 10. Accessories, you know, to each other, they're both accessories. So I'd say that's a good 8 out of 10. Very good, very good. I love their gimmick. Speaking of which, we kind of have to rate gimmicks now because it has a gimmick. So I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. I love the gimmick here. I love that put a minicon in, bam, new weapon comes out. You don't even need the accessory that it's supposed to come with. Not like I wanted it or anything. God! Overall review of both of them, 9 out of 10. Love them. They're beautiful for their time. Apart from you, Hotshot, you're a little bit different. But it rounds out to 9 out of 10. I love these guys. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.